Hi, this is Pastor Greg, coming to you maybe not live, but alive with hope and anticipation of all the opportunities we have to be God's people in the world. This week's opportunity brings us to the lighting of the second candle on our Advent wreath, the second Sunday of Advent, as we move towards Christmas. And it also takes us to the opening verses in the Gospel of Mark, where we meet a man named John, a real unexpected kind of guy. A guy that eats locusts and wild honey and wears camel's fur. Just kind of a crazy guy. And he's out in the wilderness baptizing. And he's hollering about preparing the way for somebody who's way more important than he is, who's coming. He's telling people that his job is to prepare. These people were waiting, certainly, for someone. But the one that John was announcing that was coming, kind of like John, wasn't expected. This one that John was announcing wouldn't be what they expected either. But we'll get to that as we get near Christmas. For now, we have John out there baptizing. Prepare the way for the one who's coming after me. What are we preparing for? What are we waiting for during this season of Advent as we get closer to the Christmas holiday? Well, it seems there was this couple sitting in their backyard one day, enjoying the sunshine and each other's company. And all of a sudden, they heard some crying from next door. And it happened to be their little neighbor girl. And so they thought they should probably go and check out and see what the matter was. Well, they got there, and the little girl's cat was stuck up in a tree. Well, the husband, the neighbor guy, thought, well, that's probably a good place for a cat. He didn't really care for cats. But he did like the little neighbor girl, so he thought he and his wife could probably help. So he, being taller, reached and he started bending down the tree, and he bent it down far enough for his shorter wife to grab the end of the tree. So as she pulled it down, he could probably reach the cat and give it back to the little girl. Well, in this process, the wife lost her grip, the tree went flying, so did the cat. The little girl stood there in shock, and so did the neighbors. Fast forward a couple of days. The neighbor lady is in the grocery store, and she runs into a friend of hers. And as they're talking, the neighbor lady notices that her friend has a great big bag of cat food in her cart. Well, she knows that her husband doesn't like cats any more than her own husband does. And so she says, with a curious look on her face, "Oh, you have a cat now?" And her friend says, "Well, the strangest thing happened the other day. My husband and I were out working in the yard, and all of a sudden from the heavens came this cat." Surprises, unexpected things. John the Baptist was an unexpected herald of someone greater coming after him. And the one that came, our baby Jesus at Christmas, who grew to be a man, our Savior, who died on the cross and rose again, really wasn't what we expected either. But it's certainly what we needed. So who are we during this busy season? Are we going to stand there like the girl, in shock with everything that's going on around us? Are we going to be like the lady who let go? Are we like the cat, just hurtling through space, not knowing where we're going to end up? Are we like the husband who helped, even though he didn't like cats? Or are we like the couple who was open to the cat that was sent to them? We take time this season to prepare, and we know that God has all kinds of things in store for us. We wait for Jesus. Sometimes not always what we expect, but certainly what we need. Thanks be to God as we continue our Advent journey toward Christmas.